11 all-star pitchers went on the IL in the past 2 weeks, guys. And last but not least, Tarik Skubal. Not good for Skubal because Skubal's going into a free agent year. Back-to-back Cy Youngs. How old is Skubal right now, Mitchell?
29 years old.
Projected to get up to $400 million this offseason. He's about to be a free agent. So he can just stay healthy. He's going to get the biggest contract ever. Not so much. So he gets scratched before his Monday start.
They're calling it loose bodies in the elbow. It's basically bone spurs.
Spencer Schwellenbach went down with this. Hunter Green went down with this. Edwin Diaz went down with this. Carlos Rodon went down with this. And now Skubal has gone down with that. That is just in 2026. Heyman tweets as soon as this happens that it's just a precautionary move. No big deal. 26 minutes later, he says he's going under surgery. Typical recovery on this injury is 2 to 3 months. That would mean that he'd be returning in July or August, right before the trade deadline. However, according to John Heyman, it was reported a successful surgery. They're talking like the surgery was one of the greatest surgeries ever created. Like they don't know this guy, whoever did the surgery, did such a good job that he might be back in like 2 days. Quote, Tarik Skubal's elbow surgery was such a success, he could start working out within days. And 2 months is even seen as a conservative estimate for the 2-time Cy Young winner. And has that ever happened in the history of bone spur surgery?
According to one guy, no.
So yeah, we got an injury database here. It says IL stints over the last 5 years, not a single instance of a pitcher returning in less than 60 days. 2021, Seth Lugo had bone spur surgery in February, didn't return until the end of May. So that's 6 months. Blake Snell did return in just under 60 days, but that was 2019. So Blake Snell did come back another 60 days.
Still 8 weeks.
8 weeks. Heyman says it could be 4 to 6. Hunter Green got it. They're saying he's not going to be ready for 3 to 4 months. Edwin Diaz, they say he's not going to be ready for 2 to 3 months. Schwellenbach got it at the beginning of spring training. He still hasn't started throwing yet. Rodon had a surgery in October. He just started this week. However, according to Skubal's representation, Scott Boras, he's not going to have to go through a full rebuild of his arm strength. According to Boras, he used a nanoscope for Skubal's procedure. This is like a new type of procedure. They're calling it the Skubal scope. So it feels like there's this whole PR campaign going on that this is no big deal at all. First of all, John Heyman is the one reporting all this stuff, which he's been accused many of times of literally just being the mouthpiece for Scott Boras. And he'll tweet anything Scott Boras tells him to tweet because Scott Boras has bought his journalistic integrity, and now he'll just tweet anything that Boras tells him. If it helps Boris's clients, he will put it out. Now, that is what a lot of people say online. I don't say that. I don't say anything like that.
Over or under 6 weeks?
Definitely over.
I think over.
I think over. I mean, we have all this evidence of there's really no example of anyone coming under 6 weeks, right?
There is a bit to it that I can buy into this agent propaganda. According to his agent, it was a lot more minor than a guy like Rodon's surgery, where Rodon had to get his bone spur shaved down in his elbow, and for Skubal, he just needed to have like one little piece removed, and it wasn't affecting any of his ligaments. But at the same time, Edwin Diaz went down with this injury like 2 weeks before Skubal, and the Skubal scope wasn't available for Diaz.
Well, maybe he wasn't eligible because his bone spur was a little too big. Skubal had a small bone spur, a Skubal spur.
But, they're not going to use that new device on someone without the last name who begins with an S because then you don't have the alliteration for the Skubal scope.
It wouldn't make any sense.
What's the point?
The DS scope?
No, it's not good.
Yeah, it's lame. We got the Skubal scope. We'll see how the Skubal scope works. This could change medicine forever. At the moment, there is no timetable for his return. We just have Heyman and Scott Boras claiming it is one of the most successful surgeries of all time, and he will be back in no time. So Skubal's making $32 million this season. Highest ever awarded to a pitcher. According to the Optimism, the Tigers clubhouse expects him to be back sometime in early June, which would be less than a month.